I'm Jeremy Phillips. I'm a regular dude. There's nothing really special about me. Been a Jesus follower for about a decade and a half. Try to practice his ways of kindness and tolerance. Straight out of high school, I joined the 82nd Airborne Division. I was an 18-year-old kid, full of energy, hopes, aspirations. I really enjoyed it. It was for the first time I left my tiny little town of Cowpen, South Carolina, and began to meet people from all 50 states. At the end of my enlistment, I returned home, honorable discharge. I love my family. I love our country. I miss the outdoors. I guess that kind of sums me up. I met my co-defendant in 2005, Jesse Willis. Through that period, I met his mother. She was the local pill dealer and bootlegger. On the day of the incident, Hazel sent Jesse to go to their next door neighbor, Juan's, to get some alcohol that Juan owed them. I walked down there. I'm not exactly sure what was said, but Jesse and Juan was talking, and next thing I knew, they was rolling around in the dirt in the front yard, like two school kids at recess. In hindsight, I should have stuck around. I should have tried to been there to steer the ship to prevent things from spiraling.
The state's theory was that Jeremy Phillips and Jesse Willis got into a fight with the victim, knocked him unconscious, and shortly thereafter lit his trailer on fire. However, phone records show that the fight ended at 8:17 p.m. that night, and it wasn't until 3 hours later, around 11:30 p.m., that neighbors called 911 about the trailer fire. On the day of the incident, Hazel had been drinking throughout the day.
I, Jesse Willis, do confess to beating Juan Roman and taking his boots and phone on August 30th, 2006. Then I run to Jeremy and Nakia's, but they was not home, so I got Jeremy's gas jug off his porch, went back to Juan's and set it on fire. I sold Jeremy his phone the next day for $10. This is my sworn statement. Signed, Jesse Willis.
It was a breath of fresh air. I was like, okay, at some point they're going to come release me. They're going to do their investigating. They're going to figure out what's going on, and they're going to let me go. And my trial lawyer kind of presented that same line of thought to me.
Jeremy's trial attorney failed to admit Jesse's confession into evidence, and because of that, the jury never saw it.
So you don't just take the statement and offer it to the judge. Either you're calling the person that has that information, or it furthers your investigation because now you're corroborating aspects of the confession if there's some reason why you're unable to actually call that person to the stand.
Now here I am almost 2 decades in, asking all of these educated people and law enforcement, hey, the record supports this, will you look at it? And until y'all came along, no one's ever looked at it.
The manner that he treats people and the way that he talks, to me, is that much more remarkable, that he's innocent and that he still helps people, works with people, mentors people.
After graduation, Jeremy, he's been at a couple of places, but the primary role that he filled for multiple years was working in the crisis stabilization unit. And he did it just out of love and care for guys, wanting to carry the hope of the gospel to them and show them that they mattered and that they had worth.
This was the most darkest time of my life. And man, this guy, he wouldn't leave my door, whether I was hallucinating or whatever. He remained there by my side. He was a beacon of light.
So it's very humbling when it comes to helping somebody dig deep into themselves, because you have to kind of connect and you relate to that. You have to feel their pain. You have to be there with them in order to walk them to the pathway of their choosing so they can begin to crawl out of that hole.
He transforms lives back here. I mean, he helped transform my life. You know, he plays a huge role in my recovery and just life period. I mean, without him, I'd be dead.
I don't know how you make up for 20 years of being chained and inside and watching your family and friends disappear. But I'm hopeful that he gets a chance to find out.
I would so greatly enjoy sitting in the porch swing, looking at the sky, or watching the trees and the birds, or see kids play in the front yard. There's things that are very typical are kind of the most important things in life. We just overlook them.
If there was anybody that needs that needs to get up out of this place or needs some type of relief, who doesn't deserve this, it's Jeremy Phillips.
This is a genuine plea for help, and I'm not asking for help in any way other than to stop ignoring me. I just don't want to be ignored anymore. Please stop ignoring me and just look at the facts, look at the record. Don't listen to my story, don't listen to my words. Persuasive arguments are trash. Just look at the record. That's all I'm asking.